Hello, everybody. Again, look, he was 3 minutes late. So that counts as not on time.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you
No.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Uh,
3 minutes late. Yeah, Danessa said 5 minutes grace period.
But yeah, this live a couple key figures that have been on social media
Issues
that
now. Hold on.
let's let everybody remember that. Let that sink in. It's a public app. It's not your own personal live unless you go private. Stuff out there on a social media app or any social media app whatsoever, and you're not private. It's out there for everyone to see. So of course you're going to have a lot of people, unfortunately, judge you, and it's their right and their decisions to have their own opinions. That's all I'm saying. Welcome into live, everybody. Tap the screen, like the live, get this live out to everyone, especially to a key figure. There she is. You want to come out the box, dear?
Yeah, I'm on mute.
Let me see if I
Is
can
she
send you.
coming?
Yep, there she is. Ladies and
You got her.
gentlemen, and everyone alike that's in this live. I told you I was going to have a good guest, a special guest.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I would like to introduce you to Shawn Gumby. That's what. She deserves a voice. She deserves to be heard. Shawn literally bash her, bash anybody that's associated with her, does not want her to be heard. Guess what? Time's up, Shawn. She gets a chance to say what she needs to, what to put out. She will put out the pertinent information that needs to be put out. I am not going to say anything, but I think it would be the best interest for her to give her backstory, her history with him, what led him to do what he's doing now, maybe possibly, in her opinion, and what is his end goal. Hi, digital deceivers. How you doing, dear?
No, toxic princess. He wasn't my ex-husband. We were just together for almost 16 years.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I stand corrected on that. That's my fault, and I'll take blame for that.
No, that's okay.
So maybe start from the beginning, how you two met.
Okay, so we met in the fall of 2006. I was deep in addiction, and I feel like he used that to his advantage. I had a place to live. He was staying with a gentleman that was around 89 or 90 years old in the guy's basement. And within the first 6 weeks of him moving in with me, he stole my rent money.
How much would that have been if you remember that he stole?
Well, I was on like a voucher, so it was probably around 400.
Luna, this is Shawn. So, continue. I'm sorry, dear.
Trying to piece together some things. So recently I heard one of his lives where he said, I was talking to a friend on the phone about rugs, which wasn't true. This was back around 2006 or 7. I was talking to her about the money. So it was what probably would have been the beginning of 07, about the rent money he stole from me. So he took the phone out of my hand, slammed it up against the wall, and broke it. And my friend called the police.
Well, I'm sorry, that shows a violent situation in your case, and I'm sorry that he did that to you, but that was uncalled for and not needed. Continue, I'm sorry.
I'm a little nervous, so I don't. Maybe it would be better if you asked me some questions.
Was he at the time begging when you were together at any point in time?
Oh, probably, I don't know, I'd say around 2012 or 2013, he made several GoFundMes and got mad at me because I wouldn't share them on my Facebook.
And what were these GoFundMes for? A house? A place to live?
No, car.
Oh, just for a car.
Yep. He worked, I don't know who just asked me that question. Did he ever work? He worked one time for around approximately 9 months.
But ever since then, he never had continued to work then, correct?
No, I was the one that worked. Once I got myself together, June 9th, I'll have 13 years of sobriety.
Congratulations. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
So, with that being said, he continued to basically live off of you, correct?
That is 100% correct. I would have to. So we lived about 50 minutes from where my mom lived. Drinking money, cigarette money, just for him to bring me in to see my mom.
Right. So, he basically was taking everything from you and in return not working at all. Were you guys up north at this time or?
We were Central Maine.
Okay. So basically where he was at was where he was left at, and he chose to not to pursue active work, correct? I mean, was there a medical issue that arose with him?
Well, he did have, okay, so 2016, Halloween night, he did have a heart attack. When they discharged him 3 days later, before he got discharged, he called me and said, I'm being discharged. Will you buy me a bottle? And I said, absolutely not. You just had a heart attack. And then he did have to have his adrenal gland removed because it was putting off too much cortisol or something. So that muscle repair he's talking about is from that surgery.
And would deter him, or did that discontinue his allowance to be able to get an actual job? Or was he able to
I would say if he had it repaired, like when he was supposed to, he could be working. He can work now. If he can work on his car, he can find a job. I'm telling, I want everybody that can hear this to know he wants a woman to take care of him.
now does he still continue to drink? In your opinion?
In my opinion, absolutely. I don't know that for sure, but I would say that he has a drinking problem.
And let's take a look at this, in a creative standpoint, as a creator, a content creator, or even somebody with their own who's just brand new to TikTok. If I saw a full grown man, oh, hold on,
Thank you guys for the gifts.
Better. Sorry. Hi, Dawn. Is that better, everyone?
He does have I see a comment, he has a blood disease. He does. He has polycythemia vera. He's supposed to have like a certain amount of blood taken out until his hematocrit or something is at a level it's supposed to be at, but I guarantee he's not following through with that either. I was the one that had to make his appointments.
Okay. So you were basically a caretaker of him, pretty much throughout the entire time you two were together, correct?
Well, when you say, yeah, when he sat on his Xbox for 12, 14 hours a day. He didn't help with housework while I worked. He didn't cook. He did nothing. He didn't even, when we had an apartment with hot water, he didn't shower. And I'm not saying that like to put him down. I want him to find like himself so he smartens the hell up.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I forgot what it was. At any point in time, was he eligible for state benefits or state medical?
The last I knew, that was September of 2022. He had main care and food supplement.
Okay. So he was receiving some form of assistance, correct?
Correct.
Now, at any point in time, was he, in the time that you were with him, was he ever diagnosed with any form of cancer?
No.
Okay. Okay. So that had to have been just recently that he started pushing that situation. However, whether he shows receipts or not, that's not my business. But at the same time, what I've seen so far from this gentleman and from what he has done on this social media app and on Favorited, he targets women.
He
Let's be
does.
honest. Let's be honest.
I can see that he targets women.
Right. So he puts himself out there as that person, to turn around and go for the women, similar to Austin to Margot, only at an elder age. This is a grown man that should have the responsibility to get a job. Look, I don't care if he sits there and looks at one or two jobs. That's great, but it's not going to get you far. You need to literally hit the streets, whether it be walking, get out of your car, walk, and hand put in job applications everywhere. And don't tell me that there's no jobs in your area. That's by your choice that you ended up in that situation in that location. If it was me, I'd go to a populated city, just being honest.
Right.
Whether it be on the outskirts of that populated city and start pounding the ground to get jobs. You sitting in your car asking for other people's money, whether it be an elderly woman or another woman or a guy, and asking for their money, and then sit there and turn around and say, "Oh, I only put in 2 applications." How's that doing you any better? Just saying. Does he have, at any point in time when you were together, have any kind of a questionable past in criminal or
Oh, yes.
with the police?
But I don't. I don't want to say it on here,
And
but
don't just say yes. He's had issues with the police.
And I also know his mental health diagnosis, but I would never say it on here.
Right. And that's fair. I mean, look, you're entitled to your voice. You're entitled to put out the information and the facts that you are aware of, being the time that you spent with him. And it doesn't matter to me what he thinks or his supporters think or what they want. It's what is right for you. And I think pretty much everybody in this chat would definitely agree with that. Yeah, that's a good question. One of them, which I'm pretty sure I know. He does have a daughter, correct?
He has 2 daughters and 2 sons, none of which he raised. And to that, I want to add every Father's Day, when I didn't say Happy Father's Day to him, I would get the silent treatment, and I'd say, and then he would say, "Do you know what today is?" And I'd say, "Yes, but, making a child doesn't make you a father. Raising them makes you a father.
Right. I agree. Did you now my understanding he has one of his daughters is a moderator for him, correct?
I have no idea.
At least that's what I've been told allegedly. Uh,
That wouldn't surprise me.
right,
He,
right.
well, as you can probably tell, he thinks he's always right. He likes to argue with everybody. So anybody he's ever come in contact with that has maybe become a friend isn't a friend for very long because he likes to argue with them.
Well, yeah, because he's the typical type that sits there and thinks that he's always right and everybody else is wrong.
Right.
Problem with that is that that could possibly play a role into the fact that he can't land a job because he feels that he's better than the supervisor or the boss at the job.
Oh, I agree with that.
I could see that occurring and that happening. But
And there's another big point that I wanted to bring up.
mhm.
So it was probably a 2011 or 2012. He started getting big into Xbox gaming. And all of a sudden one day in the mail, dog tags came. And I'm like, "What are those?" He goes, I was a Marine. I got kicked out for my polycythemia. Like, I feel like he believed it in his head that he was because he video gamed so much.
Right. So you're sure or you're in your opinion he never served in the military, correct?
I bet money on it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, okay, well, I'll tell you this. When we got our notice to quit because our building was sold, and I was doing all the filling out of apartments, signing up for like low income housing, I'd say, there's a question on there, was you ever in the military? And he would tell me, don't check yes, check no.
Okay, so would you consider the fact that those dog tags were a form of his uh, gaming addiction or gaming abilities that he felt that being to the fact that he liked to play the Xbox and whatever game he played may have played a role in it?
It may have played a role in it, but he carried it on for a long time. Like, he'd see somebody with I don't know what you call it, like a Marine hat on, and
Right.
he'd
So
say Semper Fi, and I'm like,
right. So basically it boosted his ego.
right.
Is basically what it did. Yeah, I can see somebody doing something like that. I see, you know, I have memorabilia from some of the games that I've played that you could purchase online, such as dog tags. They're not mine. And I'll be the
Right.
first to admit it, but they are in a case, a showcase kind of concept. I don't wear them,
Oh, he wore his.
you know, but that may have made him feel more connected to the fact that he felt like he was. Would you say that?
I would agree with
Okay.
that.
Okay. Fair enough. Um, so at the stage of where you were doing the constant work, you were constantly working, providing the finances. Now, did you live in an apartment or a house?
We lived in let me see, a three unit apartment building.
Okay. Well, you could get Taylor. You can get dog tags printed out, even with your social number on it. Uh,
And I never knew that. I thought
Online.
that
Yeah, yeah. A lot of them do. A lot of people do it for their kids, kind of thing, to make them feel special, to make them feel fit in. I've seen it. Yeah, I know. I have mine too, Taylor. But, at the same time, I mean, yeah, you can turn around and they're going to be fake. They're not going to be the real ones that are printed out. Right. Correct. But so okay, let's go back to what we were focused on. So in this time that you were working and he was at home, was there anything that he did that would help your situation out together, being that you were together, or he just basically drew you down and sucked you into a void kind of concept?
Yeah, he was just like, he was weighing me down. Yeah, he did nothing in the house to help. I would come home and nothing would be done. And he would, if I started saying, like, I worked an 8-hour shift, and if I said anything, he said, all you do is, I don't know if I can say
Pitch a fit and complain.
right, but he used the B word.
Right, right.
And I said, I just worked all day, like nothing's done. And then I just, I agreed to this because I've listened to him for months, like slander my name. I didn't even know about TikTok until the end of June when Jillian and I think it was
Okay.
She Extra had messaged me on Facebook asking me if I was Shawn's ex.
Well, I'm proud of you for stepping forward and having your voice out there and your voice to hear.
I'll also let you know that, so I lost a son in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and it was in August, and in October, he asked me why I was crying, that I should be over it.
I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
He has no right to turn around and say that.
No, he doesn't. Thank you, Amber.
But let's make something clear. He has not done himself anything to improve his lifestyle and his condition. In a car and constantly begs, constantly targets individuals to support him.
I just said that same thing, I think, yesterday or the day before. I said to my husband, I said, he could spend that time trying to find housing, trying to find a job instead of staying on live all day long.
Well, he did state in one of his lives that he had submitted paperwork for Section 8 or HUD. Now, whether he's done that or not, that's up to him.
He should have
I'm,
done that
I
two and a
know.
half years ago.
I know. I know. He had the ability. He had the resources that I was offering him and that he could have turned around and utilized them. Now, look, I've added additional resources in the link tree now. But at the same time, during that time that he was still doing what he was doing, he could have reached out, grabbed anything that could have worked for him and turn around and put it forth effort into motion. But he chose not to. And I want to make something very extremely clear with this man. In no way, form, or shape am I a supporter at all with what you're doing on a social media app that is public, Shawn. Let's get that clear. That is public. And taking other people's money or asking for donations or asking for other people's money. Now, you can sit there and say that I'm not doing this every day. That's you. But whether you do it every other day, it's still a simple fact that you're living off of the society that is having a hard time themselves trying to turn around and make a living, to have their living, to live their lifestyles that they chose to have because they worked so hard for it. That's all I'm saying. And then to sit here and turn around and talk bad about an individual and not give an opportunity to have her voice be heard? No, no. Sorry. You don't get that opportunity in my life, Shawn. You had a choice. I would have allowed you into my life, but you blocked me. So that's on you. So you come in here, that's on you. Anyways, So,
Another point I wanted to bring up. It was probably around 2018, maybe 2019. I went to my landlord. It was the landlord before the building got sold. And I was like so done with the relationship with him. He was like dragging me down. And I went to the landlord and I said, "What can I do to get him out of here?" He said, "Well, the rent check comes in your name, but he's established residency, so you have to, do it the legal way, evict him." So I just felt like it was too much work. I was still grieving my son.
so
And Shawn knows this. Shawn knows I went to the landlord.
and sorry everyone if you can't really hear me in a dull voice or a low sound is but I'm charging my phone. This is why I can't have nice things. My phone keeps chewing through the battery. It's time for me to upgrade, just like Brittany did. I'm sorry, Meepers. Did you have to go
Yes.
through the process of actually getting paperwork together and go through the eviction process?
No, I didn't. And when I didn't, I just wrote it out. Was my thought, and I don't mean this bad in any way. His health was really bad. He had had a heart attack. I thought, like, I'll just ride this out until he's gone. But he he was still around, and then our building got sold, and we wasn't out till September 1st, but in June I was already making moves to move in with my mother.
So you were in a position where you were able to improve on yourself, correct?
Yep, I don't live with my mother anymore. Well, obviously I'm married. I have an awesome job. I can save money now. I'm away from him.
So his choice not to help was the reasoning why you went your direction, he went his direction, correct?
Well, and it was over, like, not to get weird, but like, we weren't even close for years. And I think you know what that means. I mean, most of you know how gross he is.
Well, yeah, he definitely has a tongue that should be quelled sometimes for the simple fact that he has no respect for anybody else. Look, I'm not here to show disdain or disrespect towards this individual, but yet this individual seems to not have a problem to do it. People, especially women themselves, he will take advantage. And yes, I do have screenshots uh, of his some of his mods. I think you'd be surprised. All of them, of course, are private accounts.
Is damn Bobby one of them? Bobby, I think is what he goes by.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yes, him.
There you go. That's one of his mods. I could bring up a couple other ones. Oh, did he block Dan Bobby today? Well, that was his choice.
Bobby's been quite rude to me too.
Bobby, you want to come up into a box? I will be respectful. The chat will be respectful, won't we, chat? There will be no need for bashing or beating anybody up verbally.
Toxic is a mod now too.
Bobby's more than
Yeah.
welcome to a box. Look, they have a choice to have a voice. I sit there and disagree.
Nope, I agree.
You know, if you want to put out your opinion, you know, you're entitled to your own opinion as well. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I'm not going to sit there. Oh, okay. Okay, you did it to mess with them. Well, I mean, I certainly would love to hear your thoughts on him. If what you would like to do, that's your choice. Too. Fine, that's up to you. But I look at it this way: this is a full-grown man that's willing to work. I mean, I would never. I mean, you don't see me on this app, let alone a dozen other guys on this app, unless they're really in bad shape, asking for other people's money.
Yes, who is Silver Fox, by the way? I see the comments.
I don't know who that person is, to tell you the truth.
I bet Bobby knows.
Whoever it is. But oh, okay. Oh, please let me change the picture back to the normal picture of today.
Picture of the day. Oh, did you hear the story about me stealing $16,000 to $20,000 from him?
How did that occur?
It didn't. It's something that's made up in his head.
Sort of like how it's made up in his head that he thinks that I'm a great big supporter of his, right? I'm not. I'm not going to sit there and support a grown.
I don't, like a lot of these people that are on here just asking for money. I don't understand why understand why money.
Right, and that's one thing that I did want to make a point to. Yes, that's what I was going to bring down to. But it's not to say that somebody can't get his
Right.
geolocation, this, that, and everything else. But is it the right thing to do? Nothing. A whole 9 yards. I mean, for $70,000, ain't nobody going to turn around and spend a dime on that to get that information. I'm just saying. I mean,
I'll
you
tell
got
you, he's had that, I'll call it a pipe dream of getting a small piece of land and building a house. I've heard that story for years and years and years. But
right.
if that's what you want, you have to make it happen. You can't expect people to do it for you.
Well, and you know what? He can ask other people for money, and they could be susceptible and gullible to turn around and give them their own hard-earned money. But that's not what I'm going to do. And if that's not what I'm going to do, I'm at least going to put that awareness out there to save your money right now, because now is even when times are even tougher. Why would you want to turn around and hand over your full paycheck to somebody that has the ability to work, but would rather sit in a car just like this and ask you for your money?
Oh, I also wanted to put something else out there too.
Yes, ma'am.
He's has spun the narrative that I had been coming to my mom's and cheating on him, and that's how I met my husband. That is the furthest thing from the truth.
Right. Right. Hey, Brittany,
Yeah.
do me a favor. Take over some of the questions you want to ask her, and I'll be right back.
Hey,
Oh,
Britt.
hey dear. I'm sorry, I'm kind of multitasking over here, but no, all this is actually very interesting. Hey Rivers, Grandma. I don't know why he left me. I'm not prepared. To be honest with you, I was like trying to let you talk. And really, honestly, I was telling him I don't know a lot about Shawn. I'm learning as y'all say it. So I don't really, I can't, if anybody has questions or can come up in a box that have any more to ask her, feel free. Because like I said, I'm still learning all this. I don't know how I've missed out on him all this time. And
Yes,
what's kind
Erica,
of,
I believe he does.
yeah, let's see what, I was trying to wait for some more questions. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. We
That's
I'm not,
okay.
I'm not prepared. Um, if it was Kimmy Poo or somebody, that's where my knowledge is. Yeah, is there anything else though that you want to throw out there for everybody that they might not know that you can think of, or
Well, I
would be
think
pretty
they all
much?
know that he didn't raise any of his kids. Um,
Yeah.
he didn't get like weekend visitations. He got none of that. I've also heard that narrative that he couldn't see his children because of me. That wasn't true either. He couldn't see his kids because, well,
Um.
three of them were taken into, I guess, DHS custody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other mother, I actually met her, and she just said she did not want her child, who was like 15 at that time, to be around him.
Interesting. Yeah, and I see Dan Bobby. If he wants to come up in a box, however you want it to happen, feel free. If
No
you have
paid
anything to.
there. He did not pay child support.
Oh. Yeah. Well, that's not surprising.
Why
Or he
does
said, what about the three girlfriends at the same time story?
somebody asked me what month and year Shawn was born? I don't know if I should say that.
Uh, I would ask him maybe to DM you and have that conversation in private. Would be
Yeah,
probably the best way to go.
message me and I'll answer that question, but I'm not going to put it out here.
No, you don't want that girl coming back on you. That's one thing we've learned. I wouldn't throw out anything, and no offense to anybody asking, but not in a live. If you want to have that, oh, there's troll. Do it on the side
Hey,
just to protect yourself.
hey, I guess Dan Bobby wants to get in a box, but he would appreciate with the comments off. So I was thinking when All For One gets back, we can just touch base with him and see if that's okay. But I think he would be fine with that.
Yeah, and I can't turn off comments, so can you troll? Do you
Um,
have to do it? I don't know. I don't know how
yes,
to
I
do that.
can.
You don't care. I mean,
No,
if he wants to come
maybe
up,
not.
yeah, I don't have that option, but
Thank you, kind of kind.
there you go. Somebody did it.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh, okay. I can do it. It just took a second, but yes. So if he wants to come up, I will turn the comments off,
Yeah, and I'll drop if he wants
and
me to. I don't care.
I won't say anything either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. I'll mute.
Whoever keeps turning on the comments, leave them alone, or you will be removed as a mod.
Ooh, just slap the hand. Okay.
That's all I ask. Leave the comments off.
So,
Hey, Bobby, you want to come up? You can. Do you want anybody in the box?
yeah, I mean, I'll drop. I don't care. Whatever we need to do. Whatever he's comfortable with.
5.
Oh, maybe he's not. Okay, I don't see him.
Well, when he comes back, I'll turn around and turn the comments off. But until then, the viewers have an opportunity to comment, and they should have the right to comment.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Who just said you all need to stop talking about it?
Who?
Big Sack.
Mm. Hey, Big Sack, you want to come up and get a box? You got one opportunity, and it's our choice if we want to talk about it. If you have a problem, you can see yourself away.
Yeah.
Sack has enough followers; he can come up.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, I'm curious. I just want to tell you I have the utmost respect for you. I didn't get your first name, ma'am, but I know you're happily married with Mark and you have sobriety, and I just want to applaud that because I think you're a very classy lady. So I just want to say kudos to you because you suffered every AB there was. From financial, emotional, verbal, and physical, and you are a survivor, and yet you still are very guarded and very classy as to what you say on here, and you're so honest. And you know, I've watched this man, and I'm an older lady, and I just have zero respect for them. I've seen people offer him jobs. I mean, jobs on here, saying they need hands, they could use this, that, and he blatantly refused. I mean, time and time and time again. And so I have no empathy for this man. I'm really an empathetic person. But at this point, I'm just like, I have no respect. No, I mean, no, nothing for this man. And, you know, he sits in that car, and I mean, and here's the deal, people have offered to, well, can you take prepayment for a hotel room, anything like that? Oh, no, he doesn't want that. He only wants the cash. And I just think that, did he ever have teeth when you were with him? I'm just curious.
Yes, he did.
He did.
When I
So,
met him, he had really nice teeth.
so he just neglects himself, and then wants everybody else. I was floored when I asked last month because I've only been on TikTok not even 3 months myself, and I asked questions regarding that $70,000 request up there. I didn't know if he was wanting someone to go in on a venture with him, or like partners, like they then put up the financial, and make it legal. And I asked all those questions, and him into his epoxy business, and set it up legally. Is that what he was wanting? His answer was absolutely no.
I
Zero.
can tell you when I was with him, he wanted to do epoxy in a room in our house that had no ventilation, and
So he could
I
be
just
high
said
all the
no.
time. He'd be stoned out of his mind if he tried to do that kind of thing,
Right.
And
And
look, I want to put out something real quick, and I'm sorry to interrupt. Look, if Bobby doesn't want to get up in a box, we're not going to force him or her or whoever it is. It's their choice. I'm not going to force them to get up in a box. That's just being respectful. His choice, that's fine. But just know that you're entitled to have a voice if you want to hear, if you want to put it up. That's simple.
Yeah, he did. She did say they didn't want it in a box, but the comment was filtered. And I've seen several of that person's comments are filtered. I can see them, but they won't. I don't know what's going on with that.
But
so he just he wants something for nothing. And these women better watch out for him. And anybody, it's tax time. I just pray to God that he doesn't get a hold of any empaths on here. And I thank y'all for being an advocate for out here on TikTok and on social media, because a lot of these people, especially older people who live alone, they get feeling sorry for someone, and it's men and people like him. And I call him, he ain't a man, he's a boy.
I
because
agree with that.
yes, he is. But what is your first name?
My first name is Paula.
Paula. But anyways, my total all 100% respect to you. But he doesn't want to do anything, and we all have health problems, heart problems. I've had heart things. I'm on 12 medications, but guess what? I work and I'm on my own, and I can do it. I don't depend on anyone, and I just wanted to tell you that I just think you're a very classy person, and thank you for just sharing with us. And I'm going to shut up now because
Thank you.
I
Thank you
know
very much.
I don't want to hog the platform, but he is the most pathetic excuse for a human being that I know. Listen, one more thing. I've even suggested this. He was saying, "Oh, poor me, he didn't." Wine and how he has a hard time finding his sign. Find some good things. You just have to take the time. Oh, I never would stay in there any 2 hours. And I thought, well, shit, you'll sit on your ass 12 times, hours a day in your car eating and gumming whatever you eat, but you won't get up off your ass and go try to find you a couple outfits, at the Goodwill. So, he's always got an excuse. Anytime I've seen anyone try to help him, all he wants is cash, money.
Well, and also he probably thinks he's too good for Goodwill.
Well, he's a narcissist. He is
Oh,
a
yes.
full-blown narcissistic individual. I was married to two of them, and I know it, and I think that's why I just cannot tolerate this individual. And I used to be an extreme empath. No longer am I, and I just thank God for that. But anyways, he's had every chance, every opportunity in the world. So y'all, and it was so nice to meet you, Paula. And
You
thank
too.
you all
Thank you
for
very
one
much.
and everything what you do. And he calls women filthy, horrible, filthy names, and he will
He
switch on
does.
a dime. So to me, he's not medicated, and he needs medication. He needs something big
He
time. His
sure does.
personality is like he's worse than bipolar. I think he's sociopathic myself. But I'm gonna shut up now, and y'all have a blessed day. Bye bye.
Grammy D.
Yeah.
Hi,
Real quick,
hey Paula, I just have one question. Um,
Okay.
are any of his little illnesses real? Like, does he really have a muscle that needs surgery, and does he really have a blood disease that?
But as long as he gets they're called phlebotomies, as long as he gets a certain amount of blood out, if his levels are too high, he can keep that in check. As far as a muscle repair, he should have done that after he had his adrenal gland removed.
Okay, I just
but
wondered if
that in
it was
itself
just
shouldn't stop him from working.
is
No,
that all
not
of
if he
a
can work on
sudden
his farm.
been having to go. He's not been having to have blood removed. He hasn't been having to do any of this stuff. The way that he was going on about the supposed pain that he had with that muscle, all of a sudden, he's sleeping in a car, he's sitting in the car all day long, but he can get in and out and it's not bothering him. The way he stretches and moves and everything, it's not bothering him at all when movement caused him pain all of a sudden. I was just getting very suspicious as to whether any of it was actually real or if that was just more of his manipulative
Well, I can tell
act.
you, I never actually heard that he needed muscle repair surgery. I know when he had his adrenal gland removed, they thought, well, he had a lot of like incision trouble after. which led to, I think, in his head, him thinking he needed muscle repair surgery. But I never actually heard a doctor say that.
Real quick question, Dean. Is he the one that he was are you the one that he was talking about today working on handing tools up to a roof or something?
Yes, but Dean's in the hospital right now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Dean, you're going to be my new friend. I like to make new friends. If that's okay with you.
Dean's a great guy.
Okay.
I think, yeah, Dean, he's a very kind and nice guy. He put up with a lot with those Shawnee.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
Sassy.
Dean, you're always welcome into the live and into a box. How you doing, sweet and sassy?
Hey, I think that we also need to start calling out his enablers that we see going there. Because,
Well, I have no problem putting up his mods.
oh yeah, no, there's a trucker Bob that's been helping him
Yep.
financially.
I
But
saw that.
one of his mods, you've got to shine like a diamond.
Mm-hmm.
But she's also Sunshine Blossoms. They said over in Favorited did. I can't say that, and she's also Silver Fox. So she goes by 3 different names.
Oh.
And yes, damn Bobby, I'm talking. I know you don't like my voice.
I like your voice, Sassy.
Well, thank you,
Yeah, I don't
Paul.
have a problem with your voice.
But I just don't. I will not understand how the enablers help these people, or his supporters, followers, and these women. I will never ever understand. Never. And Kenny Shaw, he's big with him too.
Oh, yeah, I know. He's been big with him for a while.
Hey Dean, I hope you're doing better. But no, he makes everybody's situation. He turns everybody's situation onto his. He deflects, and nobody ever has any problems like he has. And I'm just so sick and tired of it. And he thinks I never wanted him. As I've told everybody, it was in a live one time, and I'm from Maine originally. I lived down in North Carolina. Well, when he was dating Chaos, he got stuck down here and was needing a ride. So, me being nice at the time, I offered him a ride. And he said, "Oh, I hit on him and everything." To hell, I did. I'm married. I would never hit. I would hit him with my fist. I wouldn't hit on him in any other way. Any woman that says hi to him or looks his way, he's worse than he's worse than a dog.
Oh, he sure is.
He needs to have his balls clipped.
Hi, Fallon.
Fallon's in the box. Hi,
Hi.
Fallon.
So
What did I do wrong?
absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Sweet does have a good point, and it's a point that we make all the time in here. But I'm a little bit confused reading the comments with Dan Bobby or Dan Bob. So you have to forgive me if I start going down the wrong path. Just stop me. But this morning, when Dan Bobby was in Dora's chat, um, it was toward the end, and there wasn't too much discussion that could be had. And then he's in here again today. Um, and I've seen lots of comments that he said that he doesn't give money and that he does give money. Some say that he does, some that he said saying that he's a moderator, not a moderator anymore. But the one that caught my eye was the I messaged people who give him money. So, Dan Bobby, do you message people that give money to Shawn when he manipulates people for money?
He most likely will not answer you.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
Okay, yes to stop is what he's saying.
yes to stop. So you are a moderator that was messaging people to not give money to Shawn and trying to give them the truth. I'm just trying to make sure that I understand. And you have to understand that I'm coming in on the back end of this because I don't know, I don't watch Shawn. And so I need someone to fill me in here. But here's the thing, Dan Bobby, if you are a moderator and you have ever assisted him in any type of theft of for deception by any means, and you have ever blocked, muted, or got anyone out of the chat and helped his narrative, that makes you culpable of taking advantage of good people who have kind hearts trying to help another human being. We
Facts.
understand, right?
When he's
Everything Dan
perfect,
Bobby
people
says is a
are
damn lie.
working. Hi, Tiff.
Hey, yeah, Dan Bobby made an appearance in one of my lives, one of my many lives where I stream Mr. Shawn, and started spewing some crap over there too. And I mean, I read the chat and everything on the other side, even on the other app, and I see you, Dan Bobby. You're trying to play both sides. And I don't know if you're just a lonely individual and you need some attention, but it's not good. And there is guilty, by association, and you are essentially an accomplice.
Oh no, I don't understand what Dan Bobby's motive is, and I don't understand what his other mods, Shine Like a Diamond and Cup of Noodles. I don't understand them either. It's just
Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's me, Dan Bobby, with the caterpillar eyebrows. And yes, I put water in my power steering in my Audi. I did to get to the gas station to get power steering fluid. And yes, I had a trained mechanic come and fix my car yesterday. Oh no. But guess what? I did it. I paid for it myself. So I paid for it myself, unlike Shawnee Boy here, who obviously I'm not going to dox anybody. But if you go to his only payments, app that he has up, his PayPal, his name pops up. You go to the Book of Faces, and there are 2 accounts. And I'm telling you, if you scroll back to like the very first post, this man has been like this forever.
Yes, he has.
I was looking, because look, I'm terminally ill. I have lupus among other things, and I have been in pain. Like, I don't know if you can even hear it in my voice, but I'm out here dashing, and I am in excruciating pain. So when I couldn't sleep last night, I went down that rabbit hole, and holy shit, he makes Eeyore look like a happy little donkey. Like,
Tiff, I agree with you. Like, I have a bone marrow disorder that could eventually lead to multiple myeloma, but I still work.
And hey, real quick, I want to interject one thing real fast, quick. I do not, and let me make this specifically clear, do not agree with selling anyone's information for financial gain at all.
No.
This is a full-grown man that needs to turn around and pull up his big boy britches and become the adult that he thinks he wants to be, and actually physically get a job and get that money himself.
Yes.
So I'm going to put this out there right here, right now. You put the information out, I certainly hope you lose your entire account, you lose your favorited account, and you physically sit there and sit to yourself, damn, now I got to get an actual job for myself. So I want to put that out there right now. Well, you know what, Dan Bobby? Your man here is sitting there saying that you don't agree with Scammy Claus is willing to do that for 70 grand. That's wrong. Morally, ethically wrong. And you know what? I'm going to admit it. There are moments in time in history where I've gone wrong, but you know what? I faced the music. I've cleaned out my closet. I ain't got shit. But this guy's going to sit here and run his mouth and want to put other people's info out there. Guess what? Karma's coming around for you just like it did with Kimmy Poo Mahoney. Sorry, ran over.
So
Dan Bobby. Why are
I
you so
became.
scared?
Oh, go ahead, sweet.
Dan Bobby, why are you so scared to get the box?
And bad behind that keyboard. But then he's talking about Tiff's eyebrows, and then we got some other business going on. Y'all, I'm coming in off this blind, but damn, Bobby, Damn, Bobby.
Oh yeah, supposedly, I enjoy people body shaming, like Shawn, according to Dan Bobby. But I had mentioned, that my brother has Down syndrome and has a job, has a girlfriend, has a, graduated high
Hippie
school,
chick.
and
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I'm shaming, and I'm like, no, look at the picture you're using, Dan Bobby, and the name you're going off, and he's like, it's a character from the Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, a disabled character that they were making fun of. Exactly.
Hippie
But
chick should be exposed.
And
so
the other
Jesse, I was
question, I
thinking
just
that.
saw a comment from Dan Bobby that said he doesn't agree with Scammy. Well, here's the thing. You have a live button just like Scammy has one. And why would you want to enable Shawn just because you don't like the truth? Which, by the way, truth is not bullying. And what she puts out is the truth, because she's not going to sign her name on something that's not the truth, because then everybody comes after Scammy, or everybody comes after the awareness creators because they didn't put out 100% the truth. So I'm not understanding how you can sit there and want to moderate for someone or go to bat for someone who is clearly perpetrating theft on a public app, with all of these stories about AI and editing footage and some crazy
the
ass story
twist,
that doesn't make any sense.
right?
Sit back and
Thank you,
realize
Lonnie.
that what you're doing is almost as bad, because you are enabling a behavior that is taking advantage of good people. And you're not only doing that, but if he's doxing anybody, I promise you, people are looking at that, and you think you're Dan Bobby right now. But when people really start looking at things, are you really going to be Dan Bobby when you're in the same cell with them? I'm just curious, because if
Well,
people get hurt,
Shawn,
people are going to want answers. And the people that are going to want answers are not me, like a keyboard Karen that sits back and says, damn, Bobby. It's going to be other people asking questions and people being held accountable for it.
so Shawn took my DV situation, and then claims that there's clips out there. I don't know how many have heard it,
You
but
support.
claimed that I probably deserved being held hostage and all that stuff happening to me, even though my abuser received 65 years. I probably deserved, because of the way I speak to people and men. He also claimed that I'm DVing him by streaming him. Um,
Yeah, that was just
and
disgusting for him to
he
say.
went, right. He went last night to say that I was in the Army. I was in the Navy. But he said that I was in the Army, and what I'm doing now by streaming him is domestic terrorism. Please report me. Like, please.
Are you being serious?
I'm being so
Wow.
serious.
He's
I mean,
delusional.
I was
Well,
cracking up. Like, I couldn't stop laughing on my own stream. Not only that, but we discovered that Mr. Shawn has been following my daughter. Granted, she's over the age of 18, but he sent her like a little emoji in her box too. Like, and after even knowing that that's my daughter, he is still following her, and that is some creepy ass
well,
shit.
that's what he does. He targets women. Period. Straight out.
He
Just
targets
like an older age Austin Tamargo.
he targets women because he's trying to hook a woman so he has a place to live.
Well, and Dan Bobby and all of them over there, Sunshine and stuff, they were like, oh my gosh, she talks about how she was in the military every day. Damn right I do. I'm fucking proud of that shit. At least I'm not sitting in my car begging for money.
I do
And
want to say
Valor.
because
Hey, it's Scammy.
yes. How
How
are
are
you
you?
doing, dear?
Good, good. It goes down to Sean's money is stopping, and he's pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do in awareness is that's what we do. We stop people from begging for money on this app, especially when you are more than capable of earning money. Um, you know, I don't know if anybody's brought it up, $1,000 a month. So what he's doing with that money, nobody knows. But as anybody realizes, when he's in his live asking for money, he does not give out that information. He says that he, is speaking the truth and all that. There's so many times he has said stuff that was inaccurate. He's made some pretty terrible allegations about me that was, just unfounded, saying that, my, and then he made
That's
another,
disgusting.
and then he made another accusation that I was an addict, which is absolutely far from the truth. He is, he's deplorable. Okay. He is a deplorable individual. As everybody said, he's been doing this for decades now. GoFundMe's up the wazoo. And he'll claim it's not really a bad thing because he didn't make any money off of them, but he didn't make any money off of them because people know he's full of crap. He still tried.
He
You
wanted me to share those GoFundMe's with like my coworkers on
Yeah.
Facebook, and I said, "There's no way I'm doing that. That's like it was so embarrassing."
But
And then he would tell people about them.
that's another thing he does though too, Meeps, if you watch his lives. He's too lazy to do anything. Even just a couple days ago in his live, he's talking about stuff he's got to do. And then he said to somebody, do me a favor. Can you look up online, like how many gallons, how
Oh
many miles a
yes,
gallon of diesel gets? And then there was somebody else, oh, can you look at that out for me? This guy sits on his ass 24/7, literally. And he can't even do the most heard all the threats of him, selling my information and all that. I can tell you that when he started with this in January, I am not afraid of him because, I mean, how could somebody be afraid of him? You know what I'm saying?
you know, my uncle once, but I he's all talk.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about it. But the fact remains he does have my information, based on me trying to help him out and try to walk. Shawn is aware of now is that he is aware of what Mr. McNabb is all about. He knows his background. He knows what he is capable of. And I did send Shawn an email this morning, just to kind of put him on notice. I will read it just so everybody is aware of what was said. Um, Let me just find this quickly. So I said to him, look him up, Shawn. He was in prison for 15 years for raping two girls under the age of 13, in prison in Oklahoma for having pew-pews, which is illegal since he's a felon, having an armed standoff in Oklahoma where he fired at police officers. He's non-compliant schmex offender because he hasn't registered in the national database since 2020. He's on the run because he hasn't registered. He has registered warrants in 4 states, and he has threatened to unalive me, police officers, and an entire town of people. You can keep saying you're going to sell my information. That shows the type of person you are. There are many people trying to get this guy back behind bars because he's dangerous to anyone who's around him. Just remember that back in January, I did go to my department and filed a report on you threatening to sell my info for the right price. And if anything happens to me or my on the saying anything online about someone doesn't break any laws, especially if it's the truth. Threatening to sell someone's personal info constantly is breaking a law, especially now that you know he is a violent criminal on the run who has threatened me. Think about that when you fall asleep tonight.
Wow.
Yep. So, am I afraid of Shawn? No. Am I afraid of Daniel McNabb? No, I'm not. But the fact that Shawn keeps playing this card where he wants to use the kindness of somebody at that time for his financial gain is disgusting. And, that goes to show you who he is, what he's about. It's all about the money for him. Use the kindness of somebody at that time for his financial gain is disgusting. And, that all of this information about Shawn, and they know he's been doing this on TikTok for over a year and a half, and they just sit there idly by while all this is going on, and they don't have the balls to either call him out on compasses and it pointing to hell.
He blocked me already. He blocked me because he didn't want any help. He felt that he could do it all on his own. He's a grown man. And there's big boy pants, but yet he sits here in a car and snivels and whines and cries for other people to give him money, especially when it's innocent, naive individuals. Make that make sense to me, Shawn? You look like you're really doing a lot of work. The time that it takes you to literally stream to beg for even a dime, you could be streaming, walking to put in an application at a Burger King or a fast food place. Just saying.
Or any place.
Don't be picky on what jobs are out there. You got to start from the bottom and work your way up. But from what I've been seeing in your job history, it ain't much. Just saying.
And he's so paranoid sitting in that car. He's always looking around all the time. And remember, his favorite saying used to be, "It's a what was that saying? That no, it's a you problem." No, yeah, his saying used to be, "That's a
It's a
you
you
problem."
problem, not a
Not
me
a me
problem.
Well, guess what? It looks like it's a him problem with everything he's going through. So it is. The I feel like he's scared. And the ones that won't come in the box, like Dan Bobby, you're a very weak individual. Just like Shine Diamond is found out is actually Silver Fox. Silver Fox is Shine Diamond, and Sunshine Blossoms, and then you have a few others in there. Couple Noodles is actually a female, and they all follow him from TikTok to all these other platforms as his
I wish you
little.
would come in, Bobby, because this is the last time I'm going to speak about Shawn.
And there was a woman that had not even two. Oh, the one that he went to Kansas. She was actually texted him and sent pictures of her granddaughter to Sean, the one in Kansas.
Is that the one that the date that went wrong?
No, the one in Kansas. His good that offered him a place to stay. Violet, yes, Cindy, Violet, Mama Mia. something was her username.
Well, when he originally went to Kansas, he said it was for family. I never knew him to have family in Kansas.
No, oh, that was yeah. I remember a long time ago, but no, this is just recently when he was supposed to be going to Kansas. This uh, Violet, Mamma Mia, I can't remember her username. I'd have to look, but but they knew each other. She texted him and then sent him pictures of her granddaughter. And it makes me wonder because she's supposed to be, it says in her profile, disabled veteran, female, and I heard her in the chats before, in the chats saying she was in a wheelchair. So it makes me wonder if he didn't go there because maybe she's in a wheelchair and he didn't want to have to deal with somebody that's in a wheelchair. Because that would be too much work for him. Off messages of her granddaughter to him. It's kind of
Creepy.
weird.
It's creepy.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, Cindy, he said that she yelled at, I don't know, but he's got a bunch of weird women over there, like, that seem to love him for what reason. I'm still confused. And Meepers, you're a hell of a lot better woman than I am, that you put up with him for 16 years. I don't know how you did it, but you're an amazing woman.
Well, thank you, but from the beginning it was because I was deep in
And
addiction.
when he talks about you and talks about your son, it makes me so mad because
It makes me mad too.
you seem so nice and you do not talk bad about him. You don't talk about like he talks about you. No, it just I'm sorry. And he gives out a lot of information about different people, and he shouldn't even be talking about them or their stories because it's not
No, I
his.
agree. I've heard him talk about my mom, my kids, and
Yeah, he's even said your mom's name, and you
oh
just
yeah, I know.
he needs to keep. I don't know.
Women. He takes that very seriously. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like when women call him out or he gets particularly spicy when people block him because he takes that as disrespect.
Oh, and I can also tell you that he thinks that men are. He lives in an age where he still thinks men are above women.
Oh, it's obvious. It's
And, he,
obvious.
and he's very controlling. He wants to control everything. It don't matter what it's. That's why. Yeah, I don't know. I cannot stand somebody like that. He's a narcissist and very controlling. And
Look, everyone. We also knew the same person that did that before, and you see where he's.
All for One is charging his phone. So I know everybody. All for One, they can't really hear you.
he hates women. He only likes if they're giving him money or a place to live.
Is that better?
That's better.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to charge my phone because the actual corded part to charge doesn't work anymore. Anyways, Austin Tamargo was the same way. Felt that he was more vitally the important person in the picture. Thought that he was more superior than the women. Didn't want to hear anything from men. and their point of perspectives unless it had to do with money going to him. Yes, happy mama. I'm working on getting my upgrades, which is why I can have nice things.
But when I go doing my lives again, I will be calling out, and I don't care if people get butthurt. I'll be calling out his enablers, his mods, and if they want to take a box with me, they can. But I got screenshots upon screenshots, and I am not afraid to call them out.
No. Shawn knows that I'm not afraid to call him out. And to sit there and assumably think that I'm even an ounce of a supporter for him. Yeah, yeah.
All for one. Why does he think you're a supporter?
I don't know. But he said that in his live, I think today, is when I was sitting there watching him. That or else it was a video that somebody did. Either way, I'm not nowhere near a supporter of him. I think it was because of the one time that I tried to offer him resources and he seemed genuinely interested in it. He thinks that I'm any kind of a supporter of his. But that's henceforth the reason why I said I unequivocally, as all for one, do not support an individual that chronically begs and scams innocent, naive, and gullible individuals on this app for financial gain, period. I don't care. Get a job, you lazy bum. Start walking. You got shoes, you got 2 legs and 2 feet. You know, walking is a good form of exercise if your car's broken. You sitting in it is not getting it fixed.
If you
Sorry.
can't walk, you can crawl.
Yeah. And just putting in 2 applications ain't going to get you far either. I mean, right now, people are literally running to places to get jobs, anything, whatever it is. You know, what's that famous saying? Beggars can't be choosers. Well, that definitely goes in your case, in your corner. Beggar can't be a chooser. You get a job, you stay with it longer than 9 months.
He's said multiple times he will not get a job at a fast food restaurant.
No, well,
Oh,
then
I
that's
could.
going to be his
He thinks
downfall.
he thinks
Just
he's
knowing
above
him, I
that.
know he won't.
He thinks he's above that. You know, he says in one sentence, he'll say, well, I can't stand that long because people said, you know, how about a greeter at Walmart? Oh, I can't do that because I can't stand that long. Well, you know, why don't you get a job? You know, you could just do checkout, you know, sit on a stool. Oh, well, I can't sit that long. So he can't sit, he can't stand. He can't move because of, you know, the torn muscle in his abdomen, yet he's hanging in his car engine fixing it because that's for him. You know, it would be a good thing for him to fix his car. He crawls under his car. He's even said that if he found a place and somebody offered him wood, he would build his own little place. So he could do all this stuff if it benefits him, and he's still. If
A
it
little
means him
acre of
getting a
land and building a
job,
house.
if it
I've heard that for years.
if it means him actually having to get a job and not be able to beg anymore on here, he won't do that because he's lazy. That's the bottom line.
Christina, even criminals can get jobs, so that's not even an excuse.
I have websites that he can get jobs for felons or criminals. It doesn't matter. Stop giving the excuses that you think everybody needs to hear or wants to hear because I'm tired of it.
Hey, all for one, I heard him say the other day he doesn't need help getting a job. He knows how to get a job, okay?
Yeah, because he really seems to be
He's
doing a
doing a
good job
really
at
good
doing
job
that.
at it. I know.
One minute he sits there and says that he can't sit too long. Well, damn, Shawn, what the hell are you doing in this picture? That was
Susie,
almost an hour and a half to 2 hour live, approximately. And yet you can't sit that long. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry for swearing.
wait, Toxic Fabrication gave him $35? I thought him and Toxic don't get along with each other, Susie.
Well, guess what? I just turned around and made that money up.
And they made up.
Well, guess what? She's out of that money. He's sitting back saying, "Sucker! I just turned around and made that money up."
And they made up.
They made up. Oh. Yes. Any other questions, folks?
Bye, Paula.
And just to give you an
Bye,
FYI,
Cecily.
everyone, Meepers is welcome in a box anytime she wants to have a voice. She's more than
Thank you,
fair.
allforone.
Oh, you're welcome, dear. You know that. And yes, I am going to stand by her side, 10 toes deep. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just thought I saw somebody.
Oh no, who?
It might be the wrong person. I'm hoping it is. We'll let it go. Somebody came in that I thought, but looked familiar. And I think it is. Hold on.
Holding on.
Yes.
Yes. They
Eternal
did.
Echo, you want to come up into a box? Because I
Yes.
saw you in Shawnee's live today. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to come into a box.
Now, who is this?
I will be respectful. Eternal Echo is a
Sympathy from these women to support him.
And I can tell you most of the stories that I've heard in the last week of him telling like rescuing dogs or animals he's had is all a bunch of crap.
I mean, look, if you're happy with wanting to support a grown man on a social media app that is a public app because he's streaming publicly, that's your choice. That's your call. But I'm still going to bring awareness to him.
It's always funny that I know everybody feels sorry. They think that they're being bullied, but yet they don't look at the picture and see that he's actually a bully. Like, he is not a nice person, and he doesn't even come off nice. Like, that's what I don't get. He's like Kim. They're rude. They're not even nice, and they will degrade you. Like, I don't get it. It's like they want the
I don't get it
attention.
either. Like, I feel like it seems you the ruder you are, the more help you get.
You know, the other real question, and I'm going to enforce this with Trollovision with what she said. The real question that should come to mind is whether it be his mods, his supporters, or enablers, in reality based, what has he done for you? You individually. Has he donated to your favorite organization? Has he turned around and come over to your place and literally shoveled your driveway? Has he or will he ever come to your place to mow your grass? Has he turned around and actually physically told you, thanks, everybody. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for turning around and giving me your hard earned money, even to the fact I still don't have a job? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Susie, that's a funny one. I make millions on this app. That could be so much far from the truth as me pulling a freaking cat out of a dog's butt. Just saying. And in a form of an analogy. Because that is the most insane thing. And you know what? I turn my gifts over. I don't want them. Hey, guess what? Guess what I didn't get for my taxes? That's right. Jeffy Pooh here did not turn around and get a 1099. You know why? Because I didn't turn around and keep age. No, he only takes from you. He'll take your money. He'll take your gifts. He'll take everything just so that he doesn't have to work. And yet, here he is in his glory, sitting in his car at his age, asking for other people's money. Make that
I,
sense.
what blows my mind is like he was begging for money, and it wasn't even maybe a little more than a week after he got his SSI. Like, you don't have bills. What did you do with that money?
Yeah. Great question myself. But look, once again, it goes right back to the same factor. You want to support him? That's your choice, your call. That's not what I'm going to do. What I am going to do is I'm literally going to throw out resources to help anyone. At any point in time, they're more than welcome to come in, take a look at those resources, use anything they can get out of them. And if you have a question about them, send me a question or a DM. Hey, is there something that possibly for this? Now, things that are tough to get at this point in time. Shelters is one of them. There's restrictions that are starting to fall on food and food banks. So I'm not going to deny that either. But the other things that are tough to extend out is anything in reference to lawyers or financial aid to get a car. But there are programs that are out there that are in the link tree to work out. So, um, okay. Okay. Nana short one, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Anyways, real quick. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it then. Um, but no, I mean, he blocked me on this account. So, you were offered once, you don't get offered again. And that's I give everyone at least one chance, one opportunity. You don't want it, and you don't want the extra help, whether it be medical, clothes, socks, whatever. That's fine. That's your choice. And it's anonymous to use. I don't see whose information, who comes in there and looks at it, who goes in and goes through everything. I don't see nothing because that's the way it's to be expected. Oh, don't worry, conditions. We're getting there. We're finishing up on this. But hey, I ain't got nothing else to say about Shawn other than, hey, Shawn, I dare you to do better once again. Get out there, get a job, start walking. You know, exercise is a good thing. I'm going to start doing it here come springtime. So, but anybody else have anything else before we move on to my honey?
And I want to thank you all for one for letting me have a box and saying what I had to say, because he likes to spin the narrative that I'm not clean, and my husband could tell you something completely different. We're together every day.
Right. Well, we'll get that straightened out, Nana. And you're always welcome into a box. So,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
all righty. Thank you for coming up, ladies and gentlemen, Meepers, who had a relationship with Shawn Gumby. We're not going to go with last names. She gave us pertinent information in reference to him. If you have any questions, please by all means, DM her respectfully. It's her choice. If she wants to answer any additional questions offline, just be aware. Other than that, that's it. We're moving on. Now,
Thank you. Can you drop me?
yes, absolutely, dear. You stay safe and have a good day and stay in
Thank
touch.
you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
up and talking and everything. That takes courage, so thank you.
Yeah, I was a little nervous, but it went well. So thank you. Thank you all so much.
You're welcome, dear. Take care.
You too.
Bye. All right. The minute everybody wanted to see. Why me? Why me? Why me? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Who is that? I would love to know who is that? Who is that individual? Why is everybody muted?
That's your competition.
Stop.
That is my honey.
Wait, we're going out of order here. Are we moving on to Kim first? Because I wasn't
Yes.
prepared. I thought we were going to Erica first.
You better be prepared.
Well, you got to give me 1 sec because
Oh,
my man is in pain. I'm trying to put some patches on him.
This is great. I'm all set, and here you are, not even ready. Oh, hey, you know what? How about we just do this?
See all the support we're giving Jeff with his honey?
Oh my gosh. Look, can y'all see my green screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is Kim's claims we make so much money off of her. I made a whole $1.51 today while I was live. So I
These
don't know
are
I
where
won't
she
even get
thinks.
you drunk.
these are tears of
Right?
a river because of what she found out. This is the Tammy Faye Baker makeup run.
No,
Okay.
Tammy Faye Baker.
Yeah. But yeah, I figured you'd want to see that one, everybody. That's my honey.
All right, so I guess we're going to move on to a little discussion on the Kimmy Poo side of the streets. For anybody who isn't aware and is not caught up to date at this current time, Miss Peters has officially, that is a beautiful picture, has officially been filed for eviction. Her rent is extremely past due, and they have filed rent. It is currently, I believe, her. And if anybody missed it, he was there last night, sitting on the couch in his underwear. So Kim has been, not on the app as much recently, as you guys know. and everything because she's been spending a lot of time with Marcus. So why doesn't Marcus take care of her? Why doesn't Marcus get an apartment? Why doesn't Marcus do this? Why is she coming on here asking people for their hard-earned money? Why doesn't Marcus do this? Why is she coming on here asking people for their hard-earned money for their rent? Anything. She has taken your money and she went out and she just did whatever she wanted. She did not pay her rent. She knew the consequences to not paying her rent. And what did she do? She continued to sit there and collect your money, your hard-earned money. And some people, their hard-earned Social Security, their limited income, because they felt so bad for this person because she is a great emotional manipulator. Kim has done this to herself. Nobody else. This her excuse of her, I live on a fixed income, I don't get this, I don't get that. She is getting more than most people who are working 2 full-time jobs. Let that sink in. Everybody can hear me, right? Because I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay. And yes, she has always been claiming that she's being evicted, and she was getting notices of lease termination, which they were basically sending her this lease termination letter saying, hey, you owe this money, please pay it. If you don't pay it, has always pay it. Letters from her leasing company saying a demand basically and giving her X amount of days to pay it. And she wasn't, obviously, because now they have filed the paperwork as of 2/11/2025, and Miss Kimmy is facing eviction, and we're talking the upwards of, to keep the place is going to be about $3,000, and she knows she doesn't have it, so now she's on begging for $1,000 to move. $1,000 to move.
She muted me this morning because she said someone asked her in her chat about how long she's known, and she said about 2 months. And I said, well, why weren't you saving up then for them 2 months? You know, if you know you're gonna move, wouldn't you just save that money? But not Kim.
Hey, if y'all need to drop me, that's fine. I just, she thinks we make so much money off of her. And I'm just here to say, no, we actually don't. Because, with my whole $1.50, I couldn't even buy a dang candy bar with that.
That don't
Well,
even
it's
get
just
you an
like
idle
Shawn. He
room.
thinks, it's just like Shawn. He thinks we're all rich and millionaires with collecting all these gifts. Here's the problem. Gifts have changed their rules and regulations to turn around and get them, gift them, whatever. We all know the rules are changed. When was the last time you turned around and realized that yourself?
And also realize she was always constantly begging for food money and stuff, and she gets Optage, which is a meal service that delivers 14 meals a week to her. Okay, she also gets food stamps. Okay, and her rent was solely based on 30% of her income. So at one point her rent was $252. It did go up due to the fact of they did catch up and check her Cash App and her PayPal and counted her TikTok income because they labeled her a content creator per her review. I don't know what she creates as far as content, because I missed that. I mean, burping and farting and pooping your pants and stuff, I guess, is content. I'm not sure. Um, and talking disgusting about backdoor entrances and stuff, like, that's wild. Like, come on. She is a vile human, and she sits here and she pulls on anybody's heartstrings to get anything and everything she can when she literally lives in the most beneficial government state for state benefits possible. And that's why she's so taken care of. But yeah, she doesn't get enough in food stamps for herself because she has an addiction to food. And I just want to note that the people that are sending her money for food are only enabling that and making her worse off, because she's not she's just gonna keep getting bigger, and that's not, she's not caring about her health. Obviously, she just told us that she needed to go for a CT scan, and she said she didn't go because it was too early, and she ain't got time for that.
You know,
Yeah.
Trolla, I someone said that she gambles her money away.
We know
Um,
she does scratch offs.
well, you know, yesterday, was it yesterday she was live? Someone correct me if I. They were talking about going to the casino. Did anyone catch that? She said,
I
"Oh,
saw that.
she said, oh, you need to do like play craps or do something at a table." And I'm like, really, Kimmy? How would you know about that? So
Well,
Yep.
I'm. Is it maybe she does have a gambling
I
problem and that's where some of her money goes?
I'm gonna say this right here, right now. I have gone through her Facebooks. If you go through her images, she is seen at the casino more than a few times. So
Wow.
I do think she's a regular at the casino. Um, I don't know how often she gambles, but I do know that she is very fluent in the casino.
Gotcha. Well, I
You
wouldn't
know
have
the
even
other.
thought anything
Yeah.
of it. Sorry, Jeff, I didn't mean to cut you off. I
No,
just
you're good.
she mentioned it yesterday, and the bells kind of went off on my head. And I'm like, I wonder if that's part of her problem, because when she stayed at that hotel, it was at the casino. So it makes, I don't know, just something I was thinking about. I'm not claiming she's got a gambling problem. I'm just talking out
She
loud.
definitely does, and it also shows because we catch her all the time, as well with scratchers, and that's also another form of a gambling addiction. That's why they do put like on the back of them, like if you have a gambling problem and that kind of thing. And we know that election. That's why they do put like on the back of them, like if you have a gambling problem and that kind of thing. And we know that a lot of times she's sitting on live begging for money while she's scratching scratch offs, and you can hear her
Right.
scratching them. You see her scratching them, and then like yesterday, she was trying to get money to go play bingo. So
Yes.
those are just little telltale signs that she definitely, that would explain a lot more too of money, where the money is going, and she has
Yeah.
nothing to show for it.
I just don't want people saying, well, Mimi said she had a.
Where the what we see and what is happening, and it's clear and evident that there is an issue. And if you don't see it, I don't know how you couldn't see it, because she does it right in front of your face.
Right.
You know the thing I was going to put out. Her issues, whether they be gambling or whatever she does with that money, could also be compounded because of that individual that's with her. Meaning the individual that walks with her, was seen in her apartment, could simply turn around and be influencing her to do more than what she
Absolutely.
lets everyone to know.
And
So that's a possibility.
I'm going to tell you, I think December, when she went to the hotel, that was for
Yep,
the two of them. And
correct.
that money, I think, was so that they could have a good time. Because
Yep.
not only did she get the universe, she also got about $400 in donations as well. So she didn't pay her rent with it. She went to the casino and she had a good time with her man. So,
But I'm supposed to be her man.
well, she's moved on. She likes people
I was gonna
who
say she put
bust their
you on
lip
the back
open.
burner.
Look, okay. Sorry.
Or the
She's
other one
my
he
man
likes to do is
100%.
I'm just letting
beg
y'all
for
know I'm
money
here, but
for
I'm
food which
multitasking.
he's already eating.
Look, I have a problem, okay?
Oh my
She's
god.
supposed to be my honey. My honey.
Well, she likes more dangerous and, baddies.
She's my honey.
You're just
Don't
not
worry.
you're just not as what the heck's the word I'm looking for? Like tough. you know.
Well, I'm
Plus,
sorry that I'm not as
You got
tough as.
CJ. You got CJ moving in too, so you got to be careful.
Well, I'm not as tough as the guy sitting here. I mean, am I? Do I seem like I am?
Might be.
No, I'm sorry. That right there shows me a very tough guy. I really love the fact that they actually have quite similar features in the way that they sit, and yeah. And you can tell, guys, by this picture, he's very comfortable. He seems like
Oh
he's at
yeah.
home.
Yep.
So this isn't like he was just, there one time. You can tell he's been hanging around. Look at the
Oh,
couch full. It looks like of clothes right there.
Yep.
He's there.
I can't
He's
tell.
shacking it up like he's at home. They're playing house,
They're
and you're
packing things up for
and
Kimmy Poo to go
her
over to Brittany's place.
enablers are encouraging this and supporting this and paying for two
Yeah.
perfectly capable individuals. Jeffrey, you need to go over there and break up their sleepover.
No way. Hey. Oh, you know what? Just for you saying that.
Not have children, to whoever just asked that. Kim does not have any children. She only has 2 cats and a bird. All for one be nice. 41-year-old baby. Man baby, I shall say.
Yeah, and
What
I
will
thought
be
it was
that?
odd she was
I
sitting
feel
in
like
her
you're up to no
bedroom
good.
today.
No, I'm being good. Trust me. I'm nothing but
He's
good
not.
today.
He's breathing, so.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's true. I'll trust you as far as I can tell you.
Wow.
Be nice
Why
to
you gotta
me.
be like that?
I was gonna say,
Because
why
you're
are we
being a.
looking up on?
I'm sorry,
Now
y'all.
look,
Because you're
Brittany.
It's Jeff Ross Abe Lincoln again. I hate him. Creepy.
Look, I
Just
need to
because
break this up. Okay. And when I say I need to break this up, this is the kind of stuff I need to break up. I don't want my honey to turn around and get involved with this kind of guy. Okay. He's my competition, and he's already turned around and laid into that competition. So,
You got
Marcus,
more hair though.
you need to just go away, Marcus.
Wait, is she live? Someone just said
Oh.
that they told her people are talking about her.
Well, that's fine. I don't give a flying shit whether
No,
she
I don't
does.
care either. I love. Oh,
Hey,
she's live.
Hey, you know what? Texas Tiff, I don't want to hear about it being my loss. Your loss was Tank Lips. Let's go
Oh
back to
man.
the fateful day with him chow mowing on that sandwich with all that mayonnaise all over his face.
No.
Is she? I don't see her live. Is she?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I
I
don't.
don't
I
know.
don't see her live.
Have her grab a box.
But
She's probably in here window licking. I'm sure.
she can window lick all she wants. We'll teach her a few paint tricks. Have our happy accidents.
I'm sure she's
Yes.
very well aware
Show her how to.
um, that we are watching her and we are speaking of her. She knows all the time.
Yep.
Look, I'm going to say it like I said before. Her undoing is her choice, her situation. Because she didn't turn around and pay her bills, how's that my responsibility to take care of her bills? And like we said before, she went to the concert. She went to the state fair. She went to the hotel, to the casino. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was my responsibility to take care of you like that. You're a grown adult. You should have turned around and take care of your own bills. But to sit there and live and feed off of other people just because you can't do extracurricular stuff doesn't give you the right and the ability to come on live and ask for other people's money. I'm sorry. You are your own doing. You are your own creator of your own situational problems. I didn't create it for you.
Yes, her nails done. She had to get her nails done because her man likes a girl with their nails done.
Right. I mean, was it my responsibility to turn around and get your nails done? No, sorry. Maybe you should reach out to him, your man, to pay for your nails to get done. I mean, I'm just saying, the same thing could be said about Gumby. It's not my responsibility to take care of a grown man that's able to get a job on his own. Same
And
goes for
not
you, Kim.
only and not only that either, all for one. Let's see. She's sitting here complaining she has no money for food. She's being evicted. But yet she's constantly sitting there with bottles of alcohol
Yeah.
and getting drunk. But she doesn't drink. Oh, and she went out to Applebee's for Valentine's Day. And when she went out to Applebee's, she mentioned she had 3 drinks. Now, come on. You're not a drinker. You don't have money. But you went out to Applebee's. You claim that you got something free or whatever. But then you sit there and say how you had multiple drinks and all this craziness. So, really, Kim, where'd the money come from? Who paid for it? Where'd you get that money? If you ain't got money and you're begging for money for food and stuff like that, then where did you get money to go out when, there's a lot of couples who had to stay, yeah, they got each other gifts and stuff, but they had to stay home and cook dinner because they can't afford that.
Right. But at everybody else's expense, she was able to go out to these restaurants and get these burgers and get this chicken and takeout and this and that. And damn, wish I could do that. But you know what? It's called responsibility, which you don't want to face. The same as Gumby doesn't want to face. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Melissa. Her and Shawn would be a perfect item. Well, her and CJ would be even better, but
Her and CJ are already secretly shacking up. We already know this.
yeah, she does eat out more than anyone, more than me. Well, whoever Alexis was, look, let them go support somebody else. I could care less. It's their money, their dealings. But if I could save or at least help one person from donating to a scammer or a beggar on this app, well, by God, I'm going to do what I can to help out.
Alexis disappeared. She has changed her name and has become somebody new.
And what
But
does she
yeah,
think would happen to any of us if we didn't pay our bills? We'd have the
yeah,
same consequences, which she doesn't seem to think so.
right. That's a good point. That's the point that needs to go on and on and on. You know, what if we couldn't pay our bills with what we have, and some of us can't, and it's difficult times. I'm not going to disagree. Take care of our family, and that's the key thing. It's called adulting.
Yep.
Kim doesn't want to adult, neither does Shawn. Shawn would rather suck somebody dry like a vampire, just the same as Kimmy would like to turn around and put a hex on somebody to suck them dry. But just remember, she's my honey. Always and forever. Trolla, you're supposed to laugh.
Beg is going to be in full force. It already has started. But please note that she was begging for money to get moving, and then it switched to money for food. So, I mean, come on. If she really needed money for moving, why would then she turn it 5 minutes later and ask for food?
This is true. This is very true.
Well, CJ,
Uh,
one has already offered up that he's starting the TikTok refugee beggar camp at his house. So
Mm-hmm.
we might be able to get like love stories out of that. It might become a reality love TV show. You never know.
Yep. Hold on. I got to change a few things around real quick.
Hello, everybody.
CJ, you're in trouble.
That's right. You're supposed to be my man. What you doing coloring with Kim?
That's what I'm saying. See, I said he brings the coloring books over and they color.
We gonna have to talk in the morning, buddy.
Yeah.
That's
CJ's
right.
always
I
in
better
trouble.
have a steak dinner tonight. Anyway, I just want to remind everybody because we are often called bullies. We are often said to that we are doing this for clout. We are given every bad label that we can get, right? But it is all as a means of deflection. Because if we were lying, we would already be gone. We would already start fading off. Our numbers wouldn't continue to grow. We wouldn't be able to help more and more and more people for a ride. I say this all the time. It requires a collective effort. But when we all get together and we're able to look at someone and analyze lie after lie, deception after deception, we are able to put something like this together to let y'all know that what we say is the truth, that we actually work hard. I tell y'all this all the time. None of us wake up that morning knowing, like, oh, well, I'm just going to riff for an hour. There are picture proof, video proof, paperwork proof, and we're going to bring it to you all the time. So don't listen to what they say and what they call us because we actually know why we're doing it. It's coming from a good place. It is not meant to bring them down. It is meant to prevent them from being able to take advantage of the innocent. And she is a huge succubus. Enough. Oh, don't argue in the comments, guys. Listen. They don't have to do anything to divide us. They don't have to do anything to bring us down if we implode on ourselves. We don't always agree. We don't always do things the same, but our end goal always do things the same, but our end goal somebody says that I thought this, that, and the third. Listen, after my live, when people were getting doxxed and not the one was, it was suggested that it might be him or his people. I went into his live as a grown woman and said, hey, listen, I'm not going to say that it's you. I'm not even going to say that it's your people. But if it is, I need you to keep that out of my life. And then I walked away. So please, let's not fight amongst each other. There is a grown man and woman way to handle it. Okay? But I want to thank you all because you guys who do the hard work, the heavy lifting, help me. I hope I'm helping you. And we have to stick together. Okay? And I appreciate you. And hopefully I'll see everybody in the morning. I'm going to drop back down to
Woo! Sunday sermon just happened over
Don't
here with
say
Miss.
that.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
say
it was
that.
perfect. It was like perfect. Everybody, we just went to church.
You went to church. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Okay, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. It's not necessary, but I do appreciate it. I love you, Mimi.
I love
And
you.
you're welcome in my life.
Yes,
CJ, you can sit down there and be quiet if you want to, but I got your number, sir.
Digital, you're always welcome in my live and in my boxes as well.
You're getting in trouble.
CJ's in trouble.
What
CJ's
you got to
always in
say for
trouble.
yourself, CJ?
Not guilty, Your Honor. Losing her insanity.
Well, it's
You
a
better
little
plead
late
the
for
fifth.
that.
Plead the fifth. Okay, guys, thank you for letting me come up. Yep, I'll see everybody in the morning.
Alrighty, dear. See
Bye.
ya.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Excellent job today.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pleading temporary insanity. I'm just crazy about Kim.
Requested.
Well, I look at it this way. Karma has come around to meet ends with Kim. That's where I stand on it. It's the way I'm going to see it. Do I feel that HUD or SSI had their hands in on it? Like, she did this all on her own. I mean, it's obvious and it's apparent. She didn't have the finances to turn around and pay for what she was wanting. She turned around and overextended herself, and this is the end result. Do I see her getting other establishments? That's up to her. Look, we don't want to see anybody homeless, but at the same time, I want to see people that deserve rightfully to be in an establishment with a roof over their head for the proper reasons. So that's where I stand on it. Yeah, and yet begging for it, but then never putting any money to the side. So
Right. And never doing anything to better herself or show that she's trying to change. She just does her fairy tales of, oh, this is my plans, and then she never follows through with anything. Um, to be honest with you, this is karma for her, and she deserves what's happening. And I wish, to be honest with you, that she would wind up facing the consequences of the things she's lied about, like homelessness.
Hey,
But
Trolla.
yeah.
Trolla, I love your face.
Oh, I love your face too. Oh. All right, I have mod
I
powers.
had
I'm
to.
dropping you and blocking you. Please hold.
Good.
So unfortunately, I don't think will by the state. And yep, Kim's famous words, why should I work when y'all can pay my bills for me? So just everybody keep that in mind that Kim has lied about many, 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 many things. And this is one thing that I truly, honestly hope that karma does come and
Well,
really
hey,
hits her.
and the worst thing about it is, in her mind, she deserves to live on permanent vacation. That's how she spends her life. She is on a permanent vacation and feels like she is entitled to do so.
Correct.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? That's what it is. So, whatever. Well,
No.
Oops, someone's in
All
trouble.
right. I don't know what anybody did, but you know what? I'm scared now.
Me too.
what happened? I missed it. I was.
Guys, I have to once again, there is, I don't want anyone to ever think that we are fighting amongst each other. However, when I am posting people, enablers who are in there enabling Kim's bad behavior, and they are asking questions that are leading and adding to her narrative to help her get money from people who are potential new victims, that's enabling to me. However, when I'm posting the people who are sending gifts and sending money and saying stupid things like, you're doing great, girl, I'm so proud of you, and all of the things that Kim is not, your name is in that chat. People see you. So, what happens when you come in here or you're in another awareness chat And
Hold on, Fallon. Sorry, hold up, hold up. Donna, excuse me. Donna Marie says, "Grow the f up. Leave her alone."
I look.
Excuse
Hey,
me.
hold
You
on a
wanna?
second. Hold on. I invited
Yeah.
her to grab a
Sorry,
box.
sorry, Fallon. Sorry, Fallon. I wasn't trying to
no,
cut you off.
no, you're
I didn't
fine.
want that comment to go unnoticed.
No, no.
I was
I
holding.
saw the comment. Look, if you have a problem, you're more than welcome to come up into a box and explain yourself. Please don't hide behind an account. Because you know what they say about, the scammers say about us. We're just keyboard warriors, which only turns around and proves the same thing as what you are,
Come
a
on.
keyboard warrior.
Yeah, come on up, Donna, because let's see. Can you give us a good reason to not spread this awareness on Kim? You got some information we don't know about.
I mean, obviously,
'Cause
she has more information than we do.
obviously she must know Kim very well. And they must be BFFs and all that good stuff. So I'm very intrigued now. You got my attention, honey.
Yeah, Donna, where'd you go?
I sent her an invite.
It's always
Let's
the
see if you're
Donnas.
able. And look, if you come up into a box, everybody will mute except for one other, and I will turn the chat off. If not, you're going to be, brushed to the side like your scammers do.
Don't be like the other enablers. You have so much to say, but won't come in a box and explain yourself. Y'all can say
Yeah.
it and type it all day long. Don't be like that. Seriously.
Yeah.
We don't fight.
No.
All for one does, but we don't.
Maybe that's one of her secret accounts.
I guess poor Donna Marie must have just stuck her tail in between her legs and went away.
Well, I'm glad she showed her ass because she followed me and I just blocked her on my personal page. So,
Oh, good. Well, everybody just take flight on and keep that name in your mind because that could
Hold
be
on.
one of the people, you
Hold
know.
on. We'll put it up there. I'll put her name up there.
Okay.
Fallon, again, I'm so sorry for cutting you off. I just
Y'all
didn't want that to go.
do not don't feel bad for interrupting me. The thing is that I'm not looking at the chat when I'm talking. So I'm glad y'all are calling it out. Y'all please interrupt me and stop me so that way we can
I
address it
just,
right away.
I know it sounded rude. And I'm like, I'm so
Not at
sorry, but
all.
I'm like, no, that
Nope.
I'm already not in the mood today. And so I'm like,
You're
Not
never
at
in the
all.
mood.
Yeah, sorry, Fallon. I was the same way. I was like, ooh, ooh. Yeah, catch it, catch it.
And Barbie 00 came in here, and Barbie likes to click like her life depends on it, but she hasn't clicked like once in All for One's live, and I just find that a little bit suspect as well. But Barbie, there's that open box if you want to talk about it. If you have any questions, if there's something that's unclear, or if you're just digging for gold and clicking like, pushing Kim out to the FYP for other people to get their money stolen from them through manipulation.
Well, she's going to get blocked. Plain and simple. My case, she's going to get blocked. So good luck, Donna. Good luck supporting a full-grown woman. Have fun.
Yeah.
We only put out information that is factual and truthful, and you don't like it because you think that she should turn around and get everything you don't have. Yeah, bye-bye.
Good job. Good luck, Mima. That's it. Good luck, Mima.
So back to addressing when I'm posting enablers and other people post enablers, your name is showing up in the chat, and I don't understand. And if you want to grab a box or if you want to talk about it in my DMs, however it needs to happen, guys, if you're in there so much that you're being captured in screenshots, people are associating your name and they see you when you're in these awareness lives, and they're trying to figure out why you're in there supporting somebody. This last screenshot that went out on my page, that person was bullying a truth awareness person who had to misspell something because Kim has so many keywords filtered that you have to misspell something. And this person said, learn how to spell. I mean, and then it was a whole rant. And guess what happened? Kim got $12 off of that because Kim said, yeah, they're always in here bullying me. They're always in here bullying me. Got the date and time on my page. But the thing is that I got the person who sent the money. I didn't mean to call out the person that was the one bullying the truth person trying to put out awareness because they got called out and said, learn how to spell. They just happened to be captured in the screenshot from the person who sent the money. You see where people see your names and associate you as an enabler? If you're going to go in there in ghost mode. Why do you need to be in there supporting her narrative? What are you having for dinner tonight? Do you ever know Kim to not actually go out and get something for herself or make something raw for her to eat? Is she ever going to go hungry? No, she has plenty of food. She has plenty of money. She is taken care of from state, federal, and county. She's never going to go without like we will when we have to choose between medicine, doctor care, or if our family's going to eat. So if you're in there enabling and you think you're being nice, miss me with all of that, because she's damn sure not going to call you one day and be like, you told me you had the flu the other day. Do you feel better? She's not going to do that. She don't give a shit. But guess what? One of these people in this community might have seen it and sent you a message and said, hey, are you feeling better? Did you get your nebulizer? Were you able to take care of your little one? We heard that they were having struggle coughing.
That's true. That is so true. You know, Kim wouldn't turn around and reach out and say, "Hey, how about I turn around and send you a couple of flowers to brighten up your day?" No, no. She'd turn around and crush those flowers and stomp on them, and then go stomping off with her other man. Yeah, Marcus, the one that shouldn't even be in her life. It's the facts that CJ should be in her life.
You are, you all are just money signs to her. And
Yeah.
if you stop supporting her, she has no problem whatsoever blocking you, even if you've sent hundreds, thousands. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. As
Facts.
soon as you stop giving to her to benefit her, she don't care.
She'll
The
get
She
same
doesn't
mad,
goes for
get
care.
mad
Sean
at you and
Gumby.
block you.
Hey, the same goes for Sean Gumby. He got money sent to him, and he ended up blocking that person. I think it was a guy. Don't quote me on it. But that's okay. That goes all. And that brings me to this picture here. And I'm going to post it up. There you go. That leads to what's known as greed. Straight out, flat out greed. There you go. Plain and simple. That's exactly what Kim is, what Sean is, what any other beggar that's on this app. There you go. Greed in religion states that greed in the Roman Catholic times was one of the 7 deadly sins. But you know who plays that role real well? That would be Erica, bountiful Erica. Repent. I rebuke you.
I say
Yeah.
that all the time whenever I see her now because, oh my lord, we all are the devil.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, we're greedy. Oh no, I just thought it was you. I'm sorry. Those headlights were coming at me fast. And yeah, she's gonna block people because she doesn't want the truth to come out. And I have information that I'm not gonna put out there, but if I needed to, I could. But at the same time, you know, one of the contributing factors is that she's on the run is because the baby daddy and no. We're good. Minnesota girl. Anyways,
Any,
um, sorry.
oh, sorry.
No, you're
Anytime I go in
good.
someone's live and say, hey, All for One has resources and I get blocked, it's an automatic known that they only want cash and no resources.
Right. One of the contributing reasons why she's not really got her child in school is I don't think she has the records for the child to put her in school. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to that. And she doesn't like that. That's tough shit. You live with it. but I'm certainly not no demon or devil or anything like that. And don't run your narrative where you sit there and turn around and say that I took your food stamps from you, because that was your own undoing, not mine. I have no idea to your information, Erica, nor do I care to see you lose your food stamps. I'll say that true. But at the same time, you are full of greed. That's exactly what you are, plain and simple. And the other thing is, too, that the baby daddy is either trying to get money from you or trying to get the child from you. Because personally, in my opinion, you getting that lifestyle that you say is a great lifestyle for that child is not good, not conducive. Now, I'm only going to speak on that, and that's it, because it's not my place to speak on other children. I'll just put it there. That's it. But what have you done that has improved your lifestyle? The same as Sean Gumby, the same as Kim. You see where all the dots are being connected? You're all running the same deal down here. And anybody that doesn't know who I'm talking on or speaking about, it's plain and simple. It's this woman right here. You know, this one. Hi, Erica. Hi. You blocked me on most of my accounts, which is fine. You're entitled to. But don't sit there and turn around and tell me that no resources work, because I turn around and sit there and literally call you a liar to your face. Get into a box once, and we'll go down through it. No, you're good, Fallon. Straight out. We'll go head to head on the. Oh yeah, I'm sure she went private, but we'll go to head to head on resources. Guaranteed, you would turn around and find resources, but you choose not to because of greed. She sat in a live and sat there and said that it's her entitlement to be able to come on a social media app and ask for help. Well, sweetheart, when you've been asking for help for the past 6 months to a year and have done nothing to improve your situation, no, it's not your entitlement. No, that's called laziness.
That's the
Giving
thing,
too many excuses.
Christina. She lost her food stamps, and I think that she lost it because she didn't have anything to recertify.
Hey, real quick, I'm off. Holler at me later. I'll forward
Yeah,
you on one dinner. Love y'all.
I'm gonna have to go here soon too, because I got to do some errands.
Bye, Brittany.
But it's plain and simple. I mean, come on. Are you too afraid to the fact that I'm going to prove you wrong? Looks like it is. And I don't give a damn what you sit there and say, what you think you're going to say. You sit and say that you're homeschooling your child. No. Yeah. Well, I would not put it past them as to the reason why she lost it. But see, her sitting there not putting that information out and telling the truth is her lying. See you later, digital. See you tomorrow morning.
I meant buy digital, not be. Just like with Happy Mama Watson, I call her Happy Madonna. So
Yeah, this is why we can't have nice things.
exactly.
Buy digital deceivers. I don't need to type it. I'll just say it.
Well, you were talking, and I was trying not to be rude. Next time, I'm going to interrupt. Okay?
Yeah, whatever. I'll just mute you. I'll just mute
Can
you
you?
like Fern did.
That
Can
was
you just mute me?
hilarious.
Somebody mute me. I'm tired of it.
But no, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. Whether that's a message from someone. I forget if it was yesterday or today, that stated that she is now gravitated towards Facebook and putting out information about asking to get money from individuals on Facebook.
Wow.
Yes, I'd have to go back and search that, but I can get those receipts. But yeah, she's apparently turned around and reached out to a female's daughter to ask for money. So, but
Do these people
Erica,
just have no shame?
no, she doesn't.
There's zero shame
Wow.
with any of them. None of them have any shame. They don't. They don't even have a conscience. I'm telling you, they do not have any conscience. Because if they did, they would not be doing what they're doing the way that they're doing it. Because they are just taking advantage. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And Erica's loss of any benefits is her own fault, and I guarantee it's because she has got no paperwork to prove anything. Because she's
Quick, apparently, and I got it in a DM and in a message. Yeah, Carl's never going to see $435. That she had switched over to Facebook. And we know there's a lot of children on Facebook. And I'd be very careful reaching out. And they're apparently she's reaching out to her past contributors or supporters, just like somebody else we know that's currently asking for $435 who's turned around and sent out DMs to other people that have been past contributors. But yeah, she's doing that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Instead of getting off her ass, get her child into school, register in school so that she can be in school and you can go to your job, whether it be a walking distance or driving, whatever. Yeah, no. And then to sit there and talk on other people? No, I don't think so. You don't get that choice anymore. Sorry. You lost that position so that she can be in school and you can go to your job, whether it be a walking distance or driving, whatever.
But if you do need help, you will, I'm sure, will be helped.
Yes. They will find additional resources that can help you, whether it be through additional churches or organizations in the area. So, but Kim's being evicted. She's going bye-bye for a while. I, look, all these, everyone in here, it's karma. Karma has finally come around to get Clipper.
Frickin' finally.
It didn't have anything to do with the phone calls that were made. It was all on her own. And now she's going to move in with Trollovision.
Oh,
So.
God.
It's a lie. Stop it. I've already
But then
showed
again,
her upstairs basement.
You know what? I'm sure she can move in with Amber Victoria because she makes better dinners.
And they're
that would
best friends. They're best
that
friends.
would that would be Tammy that makes the good dinners. You know
Hey.
how much she loves Tammy.
Amber, you were just
Uh-huh.
insulted. I guess you can't cook.
Well, I try.
Yes,
Well,
she
Amber, you
is.
can have her if you want her.
No.
We can just share. We can just pass her around from friend to friend to friend to friend. Don't friends share?
Mm-mm. No.
No.
Mobile Boy, there is documentation that's out there. You can search it for yourself unless somebody wants to put it out there on their page. In reference to her turn around and getting evicted.
It is on my
I
page.
I have it. I've
Anybody
seen it. So
anybody who wants to, it is on my Trollovision page. It is one of the most recent videos, and it is on and everything like that. And there is documentation. It's about 33 pages long. For anybody who wants to go and look, they can. It's public record through the Minnesota courts.
yep.
Hey, Alpha One. Excuse
Hello,
me.
sweetheart.
My neighbor, she has. Hey, everybody in the panel. Hey, everybody in the comments. My neighbor that got evicted out of her residence. She used your link, and thank you so much for helping her find a shelter. And not only that, now she's going to get ready to find her an apartment. So I just wanted to let you know I did give her that link tree.
Hey, I'm happy. I'm proud of her. That's great.
She have
That's
8 kids.
amazing.
Yeah, she have 8 kids, and she was sleeping in my backyard because I'm like, I hate to do that, but I'm OCD,
Right,
and
right,
she had a tent. The church donated her tent. I let her keep the clothes back there. I have a camera back there. And then she used it like my back hose to take a shower. But it was like her kids.
right.
You know how people don't take care of your property, inside, and I usually be to my boyfriend's house and I got major stuff in my house, so it wasn't nothing personal, but it was just some things that I just don't allow. And she slept back there in the tent. She at least based her kids with you know, my hoes and stuff, but she made it work and she said she understood my concept of, I had personal things in my house and I couldn't afford to have people to run through my house like that. And I had just had my house remodeled and everything, but she in a shelter. So she did use your resource.
That's good. And let her know that those resources are there at all times. So if she needs additional help, go use them. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, and also she's trying to use the one to get a vehicle, and she's also trying to. She has 3 kids. It's like her kids is a year apart from each other, but I can't. Me personally, I can't do nothing about how old your kids is. But 3 of them cannot go to school because he get in a shelter. That's a good part, though.
That's good. I'm glad. Congratulations to her.
Yeah, and I just wanted you to know that. So anybody that's listening, it do works. It's no excuse. I'm just saying.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you coming up and letting us know that.
Okay, thank
Yep. I think I'm going to wrap things up for the night. I got some things to do and take care of. And I got, oh, you're welcome. Thank you for everyone for coming up in the box and into the live tonight. Thank you for tapping and sharing and, you know, all those good things with your aunt, uncle, church members, the whole 9 yards, that kind of stuff. Other than that, we'll have to see what goes on in the next few days. Don't forget, TikTok is back in the shop to update for security reasons. Do the updates, get the security. It will also update the community guidelines for you. The other thing is, don't forget, time is running out. TikTok may or may not stay on this platforms, or on the app stores and so forth. Use it for what you can. Don't sit and bicker and create drama because it's not worth it anymore, especially the limited amount of time that we have on this. Other than that, I'm out of here. I'm done. Stick a fork in me. Been a long day. A lot of information put out, a lot of information received. Stay safe. Weather is going to be bad. Drive carefully.